Okay, good afternoon, class, or good morning, good evening, whatever the time you will be accessing this video. One more time, this is Amabel Palangos, your course facilitator for your grammar lesson. So for this time, I will be discussing about subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement is a common topic in your English classes. And for this time, let's just have a short review. The general rule is all or most singular subjects take singular verb, of course, and plural subjects take plural verb. A singular verb ends in S, and a plural verb has no S. So for easier, so that you'll be remembering this lecture easily, I'll just give examples. So let me share my screen and let's discuss these sentences one by one. Okay, so let's have this one. Let's have these examples. I hope you can read them on your screen. Okay, let me make it bigger so that it's easier for you to read. Okay, so let's have this one. Number 1. Here, number 1, the bow and arrow are or is still regarded as a useful weapon. In this case, the answer is because bow and arrow is considered one. They are partners. The bow is useless if the arrow is not there, vice versa. Therefore, the answer here is singular. Although there are two subjects here and it's connected by end, it's still considered singular because they are considered one. Okay, so the other one would not be complete without the other. Therefore, it's still considered singular. So answer here is. Okay, another example here, the emerald bracelet, as well as her other jewels, blank in the safe. The answer here is still is. This type of phrase is what we call intervening phrases. Okay, they do not affect the subject, which is emerald bracelet. Okay, so the subject here is bracelet, as well as her other jewels is just an intervening phrase. An intervening phrase does not affect the number of the subject. So again, the answer here is singular, is. Okay, let's go to number 3. So for number 3, the army blank the support of the civilian population. The army belongs to collective nouns. For the rule on collective nouns, it depends on the meaning of the sentence. So the army here is considered one. Therefore, the answer is singular. So needs the support. The army in general. Okay, so the answer here is needs. Okay, for number 4, measles is or are contagious childhood disease. There are some nouns that end in S but have singular meanings. For example, here is measles. Okay, measles end in S, but the meaning is singular. Same with statistics, physics, and the rest. So still, it's singular. Okay, is. Okay, the pants here, of course, would be plural. Okay, pants, earrings, slippers, tongs, eyeglasses, these are all considered plural. Therefore, it will have a plural subject, which is match. Okay, so that is for number 5. All right, let's proceed to the next one. Number 6. Okay, the pair of pants. In here, it's talking about the pair of pants, meaning the subject here is pair, not the pants. Therefore, it's just one pair, and it only entails a singular verb. Therefore, it means the verb here would be matches. Okay? For number 7, all sentences that start with each would take a singular subject. Therefore, the answer here would be has. Okay. Number 8, both of the paintings. Okay, for subjects that start with both or several, few, these are all plural pronouns. Therefore, it would entail a plural verb, were. So both and were. Okay, number 9, the members of the congregation. Okay, here the subject is the members. Okay, so verb would be disagree. Okay, members, and then members is plural, therefore the verb would be plural. Okay, let's go to number 10. Number 10, similar a while ago, few is considered a plural pronoun. Therefore, the answer would be are. So few are certain enough of their beliefs to take a stand. Okay. For number 11, pork and beans, again, these are considered one. Okay, therefore it's in the plural form. Same with the example a while ago here in the bow and arrow, here in number 1. Okay, pork and beans, what else? Bread and butter, and so on. So those are considered binary subjects. They are singular. Neither your friend nor my friend. There are 2 subjects here. Your friend, and then my friend. Okay, what's the rule if there are 2 subjects? The rule is that the nearest subject to the verb would be the one that is considered. Since both of them are singular, okay, the nearest subject here is singular, my friend. Therefore, the answer would be seems. Okay. If the subject, for example, would be friends, and friends is nearer to the verb, the answer would be seem. Since the nearest subject here is singular, it takes a singular verb. Okay. Next is number 13. The director and producer, blank, surprisingly a young man. Okay. So the rule here is that, okay, let me end my share screen and then let me use my whiteboard. So the director and producer is considered one person. So it's singular. Therefore, it will have a singular verb because it's considered one. But if you say the director and the producer, there are 2 people here, separate people. The director is one person and the producer is another person. Therefore, if the presence of the here is very important. The presence of the here is very important. Here. Because it would entail another individual. So if it's the director and producer, it would be singular. And then if the director and the producer, this would be plural. Okay, I hope that's clear. Let's go back to the exercise a while ago. Okay. Next, therefore, the answer here is number 13. So the director and producer is surprisingly a young man. Okay. Here, Lynn is one of those persons who prefer or prefers working alone. Okay. Who prefer blah blah working alone? Let me put a color there. is describing persons, right? Not lean. Therefore, persons is plural. The answer would be prefer. Okay. I hope that's clear, class. Okay, so that is one rule. For be careful so that you will not be confused with clauses, especially adjective clauses. So who prefer working alone is an adjective clause that is describing persons. Okay. Number 15. The novel, together with the plays that she wrote when she was much younger, establishes her reputation. Again, like my explanation a while ago, together with the together with the plays that she wrote when she was much younger is what we call an intervening phrase. Intervening phrase. Again, the rule for intervening phrases, they are just modifiers of the subject. And the subject here is novel. Therefore, the answer is establishes. Okay, so that is for number 15. Okay, let's go to number 16. So for number 16, several here is a plural pronoun. It's obviously, so obviously the answer would be are. Number 18, the news is still singular even if it ends in S. News is an example of a noun that ends in S but has a singular meaning, like missiles a while ago. So same. Okay, the rule for titles, like the frogs, is a play. Okay, so the title of the play that was written by Aristophanes is The Frogs. All titles or all quotations, all phrases that are in quotation or clauses or sentences that are in quotation would take a singular verb. They're considered singular. So the answer is was. Number 19. A number of years has or have elapsed since the last eruption. Okay. The rule for a number is okay. So there are two expressions here. The number and a number. The number would always take singular verbs. It's always singular. And a number is always plural. Okay, so please remember that the subject, a number, is singular, and the subject, the number, is plural. All right. So that is it. 20, either her parents or her aunt blank to blame for the accident. Okay. In here, again, there are two subjects, parents, aunt. Aunt is the nearest subject to the verb. Therefore, the answer is the singular form of the verb because the nearest subject to the verb is aunt. So here, in this type of sentences, if there are two subjects, check the nearest subject to the verb. Okay. Number 21, 1/3 of the students. And number 22, 1/3 of the amount. For the rule on fraction, fraction plus, okay, wait. So a fraction plus non-count noun, a non-count noun is equal to singular. Okay. So a fraction followed by a non-count noun would take a singular verb. On the other hand, a fraction plus a count noun would take a plural verb. Okay, so for example here, in this sentence, 1/3 of the students could be counted. It's a count noun. Therefore, the answer would be are. Here, amount is non-count noun. Therefore, answer is was. Okay. Let's go to number 23. On the wall, blank portraits of her ancestors. This is an example of an inverted sentence because a prepositional phrase is not used as a subject. So the subject here is portraits. The normal sentence would be portraits of her ancestors are on the wall. Again, a prepositional phrase is not used as a subject. Okay, so here, this is, in this sentence, this is the subject. It's plural. So the answer would be are. Okay. Is that clear, class? Let's proceed to number 24. April is only one of the choir members who invited to perform tonight. So who blank to perform tonight? Okay. Only one of the choir members. Again, what is the subject here? So April is only one of the choir members who blank invited to perform tonight. Who was invited? Is it the choir members or April? Okay. Who was invited or who were invited to perform tonight? So only one of the choir members. Here, this would refer to members. There are a lot of choir members and April is only one of them. Therefore, the answer would be were. But if you say April is the only one of the choir members, that's a different story. That would, the meaning in that phrase would, or clause would be singular. So if the presence of the only one, that would take a singular verb. Okay, next, the scissors. Scissors, tongs, trousers, eyeglasses, again, would always take a plural verb. So the answer would be need. Okay. Number 26, the picture hanging between the windows at the top of the stairs, blank the portraits of the artist's mother. Picture here, the picture is the subject, therefore the answer would be singular because the subject is singular. Here again, there are two subjects as discussed a while ago. Nearest subject is lenses, therefore the answer would be was. Okay. 28, Les Miserables, it's a title, therefore singular. Answer is this one. 29, there are two subjects, so history, biology. Answer would be plural because there are two subjects. Okay. But it's a different story if it's connected by or, because it depends on the nearest subject to the verb. So nearest subject is John, it's still singular. Answer would be eats. Okay. Number 31, class. Let's have 31. The cat or her kittens. Here, nearest subject is kittens. Therefore, have. Okay, 32. Only one of the 5 applicants blank qualified. Okay. Only one of the 5 applicants, only one is qualified. Okay? Okay, so only one is qualified. Okay, the pilot, in addition to the crew, always have your safety and comfort in mind. The pilot here is the subject. Again, in addition to the crew is an intervening phrase. Therefore, answer is singular. Okay. This pair of scissors. If the subject is scissors only, it would be plural. But if you say just one pair, it's singular. The poor. Okay, adjectives used as nouns like the poor, the famous, the rich, okay, the faithful members of a church. For example, the poor, the rich, the famous, the faithful. This type of subject will always have the plural verb. Therefore, the poor are to be helped. Okay. In number 36, this is an expression. Many a woman or many a girls is an expression. So expressions that start with many a, although it says many a, it will always have singular subject. Same here in number 37. We say more than one car. The meaning is kind of opposing. But the word more than one car, the expression more than blank will always have a singular verb. Okay. For other subjects, especially the collective nouns, please check the meaning in the sentence. For example here, the gymnastics showed at the field today, blank outstanding. In this sentence, the meaning is that there are a lot of gymnastics shown. Therefore, were. Okay? But if you say gymnastics is not my favorite subject, meaning you're referring to gymnastics as a whole. Therefore, it will take a singular subject. So it depends on the meaning. Okay, always check the meaning. Okay, for two subjects that have different meanings, for example, one is positive and the other is negative, always take the positive subject. For example, not only the flower has a negative connotation, negative charge, and then here, this would be, the positive subject would be the one that is considered. So here, needs. Okay. For example, not only the children, but also the teacher. If that is the sentence, then we consider the positive subject. Okay. Next, ham and egg. These are partners, so considered singular. That's number 40. So these are just the common rules in subject-verb agreement. Some are in your module, so please read. And I hope you learned something new today, or if it's not new, I hope you were refreshed by the lecture on subject-verb agreement. So we will meet again next time for me to explain other subjects. So I hope you learned a thing or two in this lecture. So see you again next time. Bye-bye.